Hi all, I thought we could do a group of 5 rated puzzles. Actually there was a video that this replaces. There were some issues because I was too keen to release. We'd just done an interface change on the puzzles page and other pages, and there was a slight snag, so this is a replacement video. Thank you for helping drive the site forward indirectly, actually, because we wanted to try and use the customizations that you can do on the My Stuff, My Interface page for other pages on the site, like the puzzles. So you can see that the puzzles section is now, you can use the Dart theme or oak grain board as well. So let's start here. So this is actually on one of my testing accounts. So black to play. Okay, it looks as though the queen's protecting h7, so rook g2 would seem possible, and I think if rook b1, I can see there's an idea here for black which could be very nifty. So I believe the first move is rook g2 just to get the rook there, but I think there's something very clever. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. Rook g2. Okay, I wonder if you've seen it. Yeah, there's a great move here, great forcing move. So if I give you 5 seconds, you might want to pause the video. Okay, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think that's the one for this back row. It's basically a back row once the knight goes there. Okay, let's go on to our other puzzle. So white to play here. Yes, it looks like another potential back row issue actually, with knight e7 check, and if king h7 we can just play rook d8. It doesn't look as though any other things are worth checking out actually at the moment. So knight e7. Oh, Muppets. Muppets. It seems so natural to play knight e7. It's like there was a gravitational pull just for that check, because I thought that rook d8. That's a tricky one then. Okay, so this is fun. Maybe then knight f6 as an alternative to get to the back row, and then queen f8 after. So it takes check. There's no king f8, I guess. With knight e7 there's king f8, but with knight f6, king h8 we do play rook d8. So we have rook d8, king h7, queen f8 threatening queen g8. So I'm going to go, okay, I'll try this one. Okay, well done if you found knight f6 instead. So I think it's queen f8 now. If king g6, queen g8, king here, queen g4. Yeah, we're going around the roundabout, but it looks as though the king should be exterminated at some point. But I think the first move must be queen f8, surely. Right, so queen g8, king f5, queen g4. Queen g8 looks like the second move here. Well, there's queen g4 mate there. No, there isn't. The rook. Oh, Muppets. Again. G4, king h4, and the king's escaping. That would not be too clever. Rook d5. If bishop d5, queen g4, but if queen takes, then what? That wouldn't be very clever. I wonder. I do wonder. This is funny, isn't it? This is hard, and I'm running out of seconds. Actually, these are timed puzzles. There's a counter here. So g4 king. Oh crikey! Oh, maybe queen. I don't know if even queen g3 actually threatens anything immediately. If we go with g4, king h4, queen h7, king h3. So what if queen g7 first, and then we have g4, king h, and then we got immediate queen h6. Maybe just queen g7 first. My stomach's growling, pardon me. I think queen g7 first. Oh, that is the move. Is rook h8 possible here? And defensive h6 with bishop move. Yeah, this is an easy one. Rook h8, bishop moves. Oh my word. I think that might be then g4 check if the bishop moves, takes, and rook h. So I'm going to go rook h8. No. Bleeding hard. I'm going to run out of time. It's definitely not g4, right? Oh, I've mucked this one up. Congratulations if you find it. I'm going to be showing you the solution now. This has got too tricky. I can't do it in time. Yeah, that's the alarm going off that I haven't made it. So Topalov against Lutz. So let's see the magic of Topalov. Oh, really? That's a difficult one to see. What is it actually doing? Oh no. It's the support g3 and rook h4 for this kind of mate squish of the king. I guess there's nothing black can do. Black played this. Black played bishop c8, and then there was g3. That's incredibly brilliant stuff by Topalov to get the king here. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. Okay. Wait to play. Queen g6 threatens mate. If hg bishop e4. Or there's bishop e4 first for queen g6. I wonder. How mating is this stuff? Well, queen g6 seems like quite forceful because it's threatened on knight f7. So I'm going to go with that for a moment. Okay, that is the first move. Bishop e4, king g8. I think this is going to be crushing because we're going to get the king over, aren't we? King here, that bishop can be pinned. Does that matter? I wouldn't have thought so. King h2 looks maybe a little bit safer. Alright, we'll go with king h2 to avoid any pin possibility. Now I think it's just the check, and eventually when we take on g7, yeah. Wow, managed one. Okay. We should check out these games after. I have put in a new facility to actually more easily check out the master games where they're found in the master collection, at least. Black to play these. I'm for the old ones, but we'll check that out after. So rook takes h2, king takes check. If here check, there's knight g4. I think it must crash through with rook takes h7. Then we've got queen h7 check. King g8, queen check, knight g4. I think it must be rook takes h2. As rook takes f6 though. If rook h1, king here. Rook f6 could be a real spanner in the works. Not so easy. What about, I don't know, knight g4 first? Rook h2, rook f6. Rook h1, king f2. Unfortunately, the rook's hitting the queen. Wow. Yes. Is that really the case? Hang on. Can we not just take on f6 after? So I'm going to still try this. Okay, it's still that. Well, here we can play the check. The check over here, knight g4. Well, there's knight g4 here. Unless there's anything stronger, king g1, queen h3. We could play the sneaky rook a8 for queen h3, rook h8. Is that an overkill? Isn't that position not winning? Just with knight g4, queen h3. Because there's a threat of mate on h1. Surely that's just killing. If we just play knight g4, I'm going to go with the obvious. Okay. And let's go here. So white to play. Well, there's a forcing move here for f6. King f8. Well, if king f8, knight takes h7 is mate, and if king here, this gets amusing. I don't know if there's like knight g8, king takes, then what? King doesn't look too happy there. Maybe just h4. Maybe it's something else. Knight e6. What does black do about g7 takes? Oh, hang on. Then we can break through with queen f8. This is much easier. Knight e6 looks much easier. It's just that there wasn't anything that clear when the king's like escaping over there with the queen sack line. I'm not entirely convinced. But knight e6 on the other hand, what does black do about g7? If takes queen f8, I think knight e6 just looks so much more clear cut. Okay, it's a group of 5 there. Now, I've been programming yesterday. I wanted to be able to more easily check the underlying master game. So there's a new thing, games, and it will look at your recent ones and look at the descriptions anyone put, because it's got multiple puzzle contributors. So let's see if we can look up, for example, Topalov Lutz game. So it tries to extract the players and do a quick search. And yeah, so let's have a look at that Topalov game. So this is from the Master Collection now. And so I'm pleased to say that, you know, the main board interface is reflected on the puzzles on this and on the Play Like the Master, which I'll show you in a moment. This is a bit too long a game to show you the Play Like the Master. It's better on shorter games. So Topalov was white here. So, and yeah, I don't really want to go into detail on this game. Let's just get to that. You can see that the puzzle position might have arose, well, it might be direct in the game. It's ingenious that he plays a move like knight f6 really to start this king chase. So this really did happen. This might be regarded as one of the more brilliant Topalov games, this king chase here. So maybe you'd like to check out the underlying games. It's just incredible that he's calm here. He's quite calm. Doesn't seem to be an immediate force mate, but the slow g3 here is very difficult to parry with the idea of rook h4. It's an incredible thing, but black just is far away from getting a meaningful check in this position. And I'm looking at bishop takes b3 though when I say that. I think there's g4 check, and if king here, queen, it's worth analysing. Bishop takes b3. g4. Well, there's this discovered check anyway. Then we can mate on g4 or g3. Okay, and if you did want to like test yourself on any games, it's better to take a short game. If we close this for a moment, I'll look at maybe some of these others we just looked at might have been from a short game. No. I wonder if it's gonna find this one as well. This is a shorter game. So I'm quite pleased. Like if there are a lot of puzzles from Moss games, it's just nice to be able to look them up, even if people haven't looked them up already in the main master collection here. So I'm quite pleased with this facility. Now, to be able to actually recall this game is going to be a hard task, actually. Let's just have a look for the moment. To recall the game, or to memorize the game, it's really about understanding the game, why certain moves definitely played. And so I think playing through the game at least once or twice could help if you want to memorize a game. Okay, so e5, then there was this queen h4. I mean, Herzfeg's not really that well known, but this is a brilliant game nevertheless. So a lot of players are capable of absolutely brilliant games at some point, of course. So let's see if we can do play like now. I'm going to click play like here. We got the same interface, the same oak grain, which I absolutely love. Real wooden boards. So that is also a relatively new thing this year. These real wooden boards. Okay, so we'll do a play like. So it was a Sicilian Taimanov open variation. My memory is not that brilliant, so let's see if I can, just from the logic of the game. No, now I've completely forgot actually a move here. Was it bishop d3? No, I think he just maybe supported that. Did he move his king? No. Did he play this? That looks a bit too weakening. I think he must have stopped knight g4. There's the logic of the game, really. Then f4 was possible. And now I'm going to be stumped pretty soon, like here. So this is the point where I'm going to have to give up on the next move. Queen e1. So the black king was still in the center. Yeah, it looks like a pretty direct game. No, he can't leave d4. Does he take it? No. Now I'm stumped. Did he just protect this? That seems like a logical move. Yeah, I'm stumped. I'm going to show the next move. There's a button to show the next move. Okay, that knight was not just protecting d4. He's getting the knights round. Does he support d4 now? And this is where it becomes kind of tedious if I wasn't maybe paying that much attention. Right, it's here there's a critical moment. He doesn't react to the knight, he just hits f6. So I remember this. And now, does he take? Knight g3, preparing bishop f6. No, it looks logical, but yeah, I've totally forgotten. This is knight f3 and f6. Oh, d4. No, f6. No. Yeah. Okay, show the next move. Knight f4. Okay. Then he gets into the dark squares immediately on blacks. Or does he? That's not how it happened. Fg first. Oh, knight d5 hitting the queen. Hang on. Then the check. It's kind of hard to remember games if they're not your own, even if they're own, even if they are your own. Knight e7 first. That takes away g8 from the king. Now we're in the puzzle combination. This is harder than doing the puzzles to try and remember games, actually. Okay. So it was knight g5, I think. Then breaking through because black's disconnected the back row. So tapping into that disconnection with knight e6. Okay, it's hard. That sort of stuff is hard. You can see how you did to other players if you click scores. I'm the only person that's tried that yet. The start thing might need to adjust there. The font. Oops. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's some integration there. If you want to go like play rated puzzles, then you can check out. If you click scores, you can check out the underlying master games. So I hope this might be actually a useful resource. So if you want to check out games via the puzzles, so a bit of tactical training combined with looking at the underlying game, it's a lot more possible now. This is just brand new here facilities to try and mine the actual player names here on puzzles you've done, and you can step further back as well. For if you've done hundreds, you can still see like puzzles you've done that ages ago. So I hope that's a new interesting facility there that you might want to check out on chessworld.net. Okay, and I hope you got something from that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.